Ed Sheeran on the show!
So good to have you back with us, Ed.
Thanks for having me.
It's
good to be
great.
back.
You've been releasing another song yesterday. It's called Shivers, and it's pretty much, about getting close to someone and then getting the shivers. So it's what we've been trying to avoid, isn't it, during COVID for the last year and a half.
Do you know what I was saying this the other day, that coughs are so like taboo now? Like I was in the supermarket and coughed the other day, and like everyone looked around, and I was like, ooh. Probably shouldn't be doing
It's
that.
less embarrassing if you fart in the supermarket than cough these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it, Arlene? I'll take your word for that. Well, look, that bloke that looks like Ed Sheeran has just coughed in the supermarket. But listen, we thought we'd start with the hard-hitting stuff, the stuff that we need to know whether it's true or false. So Arlene's got some hard-hitting questions here, Ed.
Cool.
Yes, because there's been a lot of misinformation, Ed. So, for example, during lockdown, you were writing 25 songs a week. True or false?
Not every week, but yes, there were periods of time that I was doing that.
Such a show-off. Okay, you have a series of underground tunnels in your Suffolk estate. True or false?
It's true, yeah.
Is it really true?
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
What? So that you can get about your business without being spotted?
No, I'm a boy, and I feel like if you ask a boy what their like dream is, it's to have like a tunnel to a pub. So I built a pub and then dug a tunnel to it.
God, that's amazing. I love that. Okay.
That is brilliant.
Now, is this true or false? You almost gave up music when you became a dad.
Yeah, no, that's true. Not giving up music. Giving up being a professional musician, if that makes sense. Like I would always write songs and I would always perform, but there was part of me when I had, I didn't have Laura, my wife had Laura, but when I became a dad, that was like, I don't know if I want to go back to the sort of rat race of it. Because I get a lot of enjoyment out of writing songs. I get a lot of enjoyment out of performing, but it's not like I don't get more enjoyment out of performing Wembley Stadium than performing like to 30 people. It's the same sort of enjoyment. So part of me just wanted a quieter existence, but I don't know. It always drags you back.
Yeah.
Okay, another couple, just very quickly.
Yeah.
You won an underground secret rap battle against Eminem. True or false?
False. Yeah. False.
Nobody's going to beat Eminem in a rap battle.
I don't know.
Even
I've
Ed
seen
Sheeran.
Ed. I've
Do you know?
seen Ed.
I think back in the day there was a British rapper called Skinny Man. And I think he did at the Astoria. There's like a very famous story about him doing. Do you know the Astoria? It's knocked down now. They built a tube station through it. But there's a famous sort of cult story that Skinny Man battle rapped Eminem back in like 1999 and beat him.
Wow.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, well,
Didn't
there you
know
go.
that.
That's that one. Final one.
Yeah.
You helped Lewis Capaldi buy a house. True or false?
No. I mean, I went on RightMove basically.
But I'd heard that you found this house, you sent the link to him, and he went and bought it.
But I find RightMove is like I find it's more addictive than anything. Just going on and just having a peek and just being like, oh, what's around?
Have you heard about Ed Sheeran's addiction? Yeah, RightMove. He's on it every night.
Oh, mate, it's not just me. My mates, do you not just have a peek sometimes?
Sometimes. Just my own house, though. To see the value of it.
Well, the thing
See
is,
how much has gone down.
Ed, I'm actually looking for a house, so I was just wondering if you could have a little look. I mean, Edinburgh or Glasgow, which
Where
would
are
you
you
go
looking?
for?
Where are you looking?
Countryside. I mean, something with tunnels would be good.
Okay, I don't know if we can find you a tunnel one. Let me go on it right now. RightMove.
Are you doing it right now?
Yeah.
Try and find a
I've
house for Arlene. Okay.
Got my iPad here. Right,
Just-
Edinburgh.
If you could live anywhere in Scotland, if you were to buy a house here, where would you buy a house?
Do you know, I used to date someone that lived in Edinburgh, so I spent a lot of time there, but one of my best friends went to university in Glasgow, and I do find that there is a vibe in Glasgow that I am drawn to.
Is that right?
So let's look at a house in Glasgow for you.
All
okay,
right,
we've
fine.
got Glasgow.
Okay,
We're
good.
looking at this area only, or do you want to live like 10 miles outside of it?
10
15?
miles outside, yeah.
10 miles outside,
something
okay.
with a decent
Price
view.
range, what's your max?
No.
6-bedroom detached house for sale, Craig Park. Oh, mate. You could buy a plot of land.
Sounds amazing.
4-bedroom detached villa for sale, Old Greenock Road. Go on.
Ed's buying Arlene a house as we
That's so
speak.
very kind of you. Thanks, Ed.
Mate, it's just house, isn't it?
Hey, listen, talking about buying things for
Mate,
people.
5-bedroom detached villa for sale, Picket Law Farm Road.
All right, put
Go
the
on.
website down, Ed. Okay.
What did you buy for Elton John for his birthday, Ed? Is it true what I read?
Yeah. Actually, it's weird. You're talking about all these stories that you heard weren't true, and most of them are. But no, he buys me every now and then really inappropriate presents, like really inappropriate. And I was like, what can I get him for his birthday? And I have a mate that's a stonemason, and he made me a chessboard. And I've only ever seen him really do kind of marble countertops. So I was like, oh, can you make anything? And he's like, yeah. I was like, can you make me a giant marble? He was like, of course. So I just said, make me a few. So I got this, and we got a little plaque on it, and I got the plaque engraved, and it says, happy birthday, you C-word. Yeah. And then I was like, right, this is brilliant. Elton's going to love it. It's really inappropriate. So I sent it off, and as soon as I sent it off, I was like, oh man, that actually might be a step too far. Actually, this bloke has kids. One's 8, one's 10.
Yeah.
There's a turning up at the house with a really bad, rude word on it. And I didn't hear from him for about a week. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've taken it a step too far. And then I get a call. Being like, I love it. he's telling everyone about it.
At least you know what you're getting a housewarming present from Ed now, Arlene.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, Sam Smith saw it because I have a few of them in my pub now because there were so many made. Sam Smith saw it and said, can I make them one? And so I'm having a life-size made for Sam, which lovely. Is as in like the size of Sam.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like 6 foot-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I have a few of them, but they're not made of marble.
No, this one's going to be made of sandstone.
Excellent.
Bit like marbles like a 74th birthday present. Sandstone's like I'm going to get this for Sam's house.
Wow, this is the strangest interview I've ever done in my life. This is good.
You brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
That is very
I'm just
true.
telling you the facts.
Can I ask you a serious question, Ed? There's a song, Visiting Hours, that came out a few weeks ago. There's a line in that song that says, I tell you that I'm scared of turning out a failure. Do you still sometimes think that you're going to be a failure?
Well, I think any new parent, it just doesn't know what the hell they're doing. You know, you sort of get sent home from the hospital with a living, breathing thing that you're responsible for, and no one's really told you what to do. So that was my line of the song is like, yeah, I'm scared of being a failure of a dad. But you sort of learn step by step. And the great thing was realizing that my parents had no idea. And I see my parents as great parents, but they had absolutely no idea when they had me and my brother.
Yeah. It's true, I've got 2 grown-up kids, and their therapist tells them that I was quite a good parent. But, it is a challenge, though, isn't it? However, when it comes to performing and writing songs, presumably you are, I don't know, overflowing with confidence, because insecurity is something that affects everybody. At some point.
I think I'm very insecure about my work too, because
now, Ed, even now.
Yeah, mate. This job, you have to really develop thick skin in this job, because I'll spend 4 years making an album, putting it all together, and being like, this is my best body of work, and I really like this, blah, blah, blah. And you put it out, and then it's savaged by someone who's listened to it once and said this is rubbish, and then you have to kind of deal with the. I don't know. You just have to kind of get over that. But it's a very insecure job. That's why most people in this job end up getting like lip fillers and you put facelifts and hair. Because you spend your whole time with people ripping you for the way that you look.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit because you could never do anything ever again, and you've already achieved more than most musicians would ever achieve in 10.
I know, but you're only as good as your last hit.
Well, your last hit, Bad Habits, was the best song you've ever done.
It was magnificent.
So,
absolutely love it. Can we quickly just move on to acting? Because I'm seeing you in loads of things, more and more now. Obviously, Game of Thrones, Home and Away, Bridget Jones' Baby, Star Wars. Okay, we didn't really recognise it was you. You were a stormtrooper, weren't you? And then I caught you on Modern Love most recently, and I thought you were great, doing an accent and everything.
It's the only accent I can do. It's the Suffolk dialect. Okay. But they wanted me to do it. Like my family is part Irish. They wanted me to do an Irish accent, and I was like, I'm going to get slaughtered for that. I can do a Suffolk one, so I did that. No, I'm not trying to be an actor. I just say yes to things when people ask me. I was just asked to be in a film with The Rock. And sort of play myself, but in a very, very. You remember in the movie yesterday? I'm I'm a bit of a like not nice guy in it.
You're a bit of a plonker, weren't you?
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
So in this movie, I'm even worse. So I basically, when people ask me to do stuff, I say yes if it's out of character. I want to do stuff that is funny.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people look at me and then if they see me in something and I'm completely different to how I am in real life, that's a funnier way of doing it.
You are a funny guy, though, because the last time you were on, you told us a joke. And I don't know if you'll remember doing this, because it was about 4 years ago, but you told us this joke, Ed.
Who is the nicest man at the hospital?
I don't know, Ed. Who is the nicest man at the hospital?
The ultrasound guy. All right, I've got a better one.
Yeah, say that again.
I've got a new joke.
Oh,
right,
have you?
Let's
Right,
have it.
okay.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time I dated twins?
No.
Everyone said, how did you tell them apart? And I said, well, Samantha had blonde hair and David had a every time.
Oh,
Wins.
I could just tell you. I could just see you telling that joke at your kids' parties.
I actually said that at Lara's first birthday. I did. It's my go-to. It just never ever fails.
You can also
And it's
substitute the
like
word
not-
moustache in there. That also
But
works.
it's not like offensive enough for people to get offended. It's just like, because they go, oh wait, did you date twins? And then suddenly, bang,
Yeah.
hit them with the.
That's
Love
very
it.
good. I like that.
Well, I think that's kind of been the theme of the interview, hasn't it? And we've got
has a bit.
lots of.
You did bring up the Elton thing, though.
Yeah, I
You
did.
did bring
In fairness, Ed,
I
yeah.
actually haven't told anyone about that because I did think it was a bit too not safe for work. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
okay
us.
now.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Mate,
between
if you want
friends.
one, I mean, my mate Juan, he makes them every Friday now. He gets his friends round. They all have beers and they carve these giant phallic.
Can I have one, Ed, please?
Ed,
Yeah,
Just send it to-
It's granite and marble in Suffolk. It's in Parham. Just go to
Yeah.
the workshop, pick one up, drive it home, plonk it in the garden. I've actually got one at home that just has like, you know, those like Russian hats, the kind of ones with the flaps down on the ears. So I've got one at home just with a Russian hat on it.
you put it in the garden, use it as a bird table. It'd attract all the birds, wouldn't it, with your giant... Anyway, listen, Ed, an absolute delight. We wish
Oh,
you
my
continued
word.
success. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. The new
Thanks,
song came out yesterday called Shivers. Ed Sheeran!
Yes,
Actual
thank
Ed
you
Sheeran
so
on the
much,
show.
Ed.
Boogie and Arlene, Saturdays 9 till 12.